Hey guys, I know I haven't done a movie review since Fantastic Four. I know it's been a long time, especially since I've actually seen a couple movies before this review of The Visit, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But before I get to that, let me make a quick announcement that I want to apologize for not getting a review anytime sooner for the previous movies I saw. Like, I saw American Ultra, which was not a great comedy, but it was a decent movie overall. It was a movie I would have recommended as a rental. It's a decent movie. And then seeing something like Sinister 2, which was a horrible movie, it is a total skip of a movie. Especially if you love the first one, like me. If you like the first Sinister movie like me, skip it. Don't see it. It's not worth seeing at all. But with that being said, I apologize for not... for not getting a review anytime soon due to some stuff that's been going on around here, whether it's work related, some personal stuff. My phone broke, so I had to go get a new phone. Don't mind the pink case, it's pretty cool actually. And of course just watching more movies on my own, because I'm just not lazy. But I actually did manage to see The Visit not too long ago actually. And I know I should have recorded myself, excuse my stuttering. I should have recorded it sooner, but I never had time to after watching it. So this is kind of like a week after seeing the movie. But because of my thoughts on this movie, I still remember quite a bit of the movie. In fact, I'm not gonna lie, I might go see it again in my own time because it's actually, spoiler alert, I like this movie. So, with that being said, I'll make this as spoiler-free as possible if you have not seen the movie yet, because I have good news. The Visit is actually pretty good. Which is a good thing for M. Night Shyamalan, because I do not think M. Night Shyamalan can ever make a good film again since Unbreakable. Let's see what we got. The Sixth Sense, good movie. Unbreakable, great movie. I think that's my personal favorite from his series of films. Signs, I'm a bit mixed about. There's some decent things I could say about that film, but the hokey ending and just some really questionable acting in the film made me kind of feel meh about it, so I'm kind of on the fence. There's good and bad in that movie. The Village is stupid. I did not like The Village that much. Yes, it was poorly marketed, sure, but even if it's marketed well for what it was, I still would not like it. It's still really stupid. And the twist ending did not help at all, in my opinion. The Lady in the Water, it is another movie that's not good. It is stupid. But I'd rather watch that movie again, because as bizarre and as dumb as that movie is, at least, one, Paul Giamatti does a great job in it. And two, it is kind of original if you think about it. It's such a bizarre movie, but in all honesty, it's original enough to where I can admire some of M. Night Shyamalan's ideas in the film, even though they sound ridiculous. It's kind of admirable for how original it is in a way, but overall, still not that good per se. The Happening was horrible. I absolutely hate The Happening. It was a painful movie to sit through. In my opinion, that's his worst movie, in my opinion. Some people like it because they think it's funny, but for the most part, everyone hates that movie, and I'm with that crowd. I absolutely hate The Happening. Last Airbender was atrocious. I don't know what he was thinking when he saw that movie, when he made that movie. I don't know what he was thinking at all. Especially if you love the series. If you love the TV show and you have not seen that movie yet, I applaud you for not seeing it, and just keep at it. Do not watch the movie. It's horrible. After Earth. Not as bad as his previous films, like, you know, The Happening and Last Airbender. Not as bad as those films, but it's on par with Lady in the Water, in my opinion. It's not good, not awful, but not good. There's some parts I kind of give credit to, and there is actually some parts I did that was pretty funny, unintentionally, of course, but some humorous moments that kept me entertained for my own personal reasons. But overall, not a good movie. So coming from all that in mind, you would think The Visit wouldn't be good, especially when the trailers for this movie wasn't really that good. In my opinion, the trailers may look like any other generic found footage movie, just M. Night Shyamalan just happened to direct it. And write it, of course. So, of course, you knew there was going to be some big twist at the end. Which I'll get to that at some point later. But surprisingly, it's actually pretty good. The plot is, two kids, Rebecca and Tyler, are being sent to see their grandparents who they've never seen before because their mother, Paula, had like a bad incident with her parents, and because of that she's not seen them ever since she was graduate their high school. I can't remember that part. But, so because of that, her kid's never seen them before. So while she's on a cruise with her new boyfriend, she sends her kids to visit the grandparents. The reason why this movie's a found footage, though, is because the girl is constantly filming everything because she loves film. She absolutely adores filmmaking, so she says she's got to document the entire trip and shoot everything and make it as film-ish, if that's a word, as possible, so she can maybe study her own work and maybe become a better filmmaker in the future. And actually, for the most part, everything is filmed in the way that it actually feels right. It feels like there's a reason why most of it is filmed. And it works pretty well for that matter. So, of course, as you know from the trailer, the grandparents are messed up. And yeah, that's pretty much a lot of the movie is them kind of getting to know the grandparents pretty well. You kind of learn over time why the grandparents and the mother don't get along. Slowly, very, very slowly, you see more weird incidents with the grandparents over time. It starts getting a mixture of humorous and disturbing at the same time. And actually he does it very, very well. There are a lot of humorous moments in the film that it's intentionally humorous. There's parts that they'll have the kids, because Tyler makes this really snarky remarks, just weird stuff happening to whether it's just plain weird or stuff that he just doesn't think is even true or possible. Like, for example, there's a scene where, well, of course, as you know in the trailers, they're not allowed to come out of the bedrooms after 9:30 at night. Well, one night it's 10:30, and they hear clawing against the wall. So Tyler's like, what is that? So he opens the door, and it's his grandmother against the wall, clawing against the wall. She's completely naked, of course. So, oh yeah, warning, there's a lot of old woman rear end in this movie for some reason. So you do see her complete butt in that scene. He closes the door and he just turns to his sister Rebecca and goes, Rebecca, I'm blind. I'm like, well, I'm blind too, so I feel you, buddy. That stuff like that makes it actually pretty funny, honestly. And it actually works to the humor. Because if it wasn't for the humor in this movie, you'd probably be laughing unintentionally. The movie makes itself intentionally funny due to the sense of humor from the kids, how they react to this stuff. And even the stuff that the grandparents do kind of is humorous in a way, but there is actually some chilling moments. There are parts that is actually quite disturbing. Like there's a part where the girl interviews the grandma, and she asks her a question about her mom, and she starts kind of violently just kind of shimmers like this the entire time, to the point where she starts shaking all over the place. Sounds silly when you hear it from me. When you actually watch it in the film, it is actually kind of chilling. It's actually kind of disturbing. And it actually works. And I was sitting there kind of getting chills just by watching that scene. To the point where when the final act happens in the film, I was actually quite disturbed from the final act. And actually, in my opinion, it quite worked. There was a bit of humorous moment. In fact, there was one part that felt like it broke the fourth wall at one point. But I think that was intentional. But for the most part, the last act was very chilling, disturbing, to where the whole time I was actually kind of shaking just by sitting in my chair. And I applaud M. Night Shyamalan for going back to his old roots of horror and suspense and actually doing it very well and not relying on wind from the happening to be the creepy aspect, which it was not creepy, it was stupid. Now, for the con segments, I will say this. For cons, actually, no. Let me not go back to cons. Let me go back to pros for a second there. The acting from everyone's great. For a bunch of actors who I don't even know. I don't know any of these actors. Now, granted, I haven't looked them up, so maybe I missed something, but maybe there is someone I know. But for the most part, from all the acting that I saw in that movie, I didn't know any of them. But they all did a fantastic job. The kids, they were funny when they needed to be. They were well acted. There's parts that's dramatic with the kids. It's very well done. The grandparents do also a great job. So the acting is great from everyone. The atmosphere is well done. It tries to be humorous when it needs to be. It's very disturbing when it needs to be, for the most part. The plot is actually very well done. Not only that, but there's also a heartwarming message by the end of the movie that actually most people would probably find it very hokey. I thought it was very charming. I thought it was a very well done, heartwarming message that kind of fits in with the rest of the film that I thought worked very well, and it made me go, aww. It was a very heartwarming moment. It actually works. because you actually feel for these characters. And I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to spoil anything. But for what it was, it worked very well. And it was very heartwarming, charming, and it really made me care about what was going on for the characters. So not only was it very heartwarming, but also it also made the twist kind of very, very good. Because he actually gave a crap for these characters, when the twist happens, it actually does make you kind of go for a second there. Like, the twist got me, in all honesty. It's not like The Village with the stupid twist in that one, but you just kind of roll your eyes when you see the twist. Both of them. Or the twist in Signs with the weakness of the aliens. You know, sitting there going, oh, come on, seriously? Like, no, the twist in this movie is actually very well done. There's one twist in this movie, and it is actually a pretty good twist. It's nothing like Six Sense, but it's definitely a twist that I don't think a lot of people will see coming. Maybe some people will think about it because it's in my Shyamalan, so I'm sure some people will go, oh, it's that, and they might be right. But it got me, and I thought it was a very good twist, and it actually, I don't want to say out loud what it is, but it does completely explain why the grandparents are crazy. That's kind of the twist of how it explains what's wrong with the grandparents. That's kind of the twist. And it's a very good twist. It got my attention. I was shocked. And all I can say is, I just wanted to make sure all those characters were fine. Because they're very well done characters. So the twist is actually very good. I'll give him a Shyamalan credit. The twist was actually pretty good. Now, the cons. There are parts in this movie that I think they were trying to be creepy, but intentionally it was kind of silly. Like the part where they're in the house playing hide and seek and the grandma is just chasing after them under the house. That part wasn't really that scary. I thought that was kind of silly in all honesty. But the way they play it in the movie, it kind of felt a little like they were trying to be creepy about it. In all honesty, I thought it was just kind of silly. In fact, in all honesty, the audience that was behind me the entire time, they thought it was silly too. So, I'm glad the audience played along with that. So yeah, there was that. Another problem I had with the film was there are definitely parts where it definitely was not that funny. For example, the boy Tyler, he raps. He's like, I don't know what the word for it is, but it's when you tell someone a word. You give someone a word and he like raps about it. I can't remember, free roam rap? I don't know. I could be wrong. I look stupid for not knowing what that is. But whatever it was stupid. And he does it not once, not twice, but 3 times in the movie. And all 3 times I thought it was very annoying. That's just me personally. I'm not a huge fan of that kind of rap. I'm not even a fan of rap in general. So when he did it, all 3 times, it was kind of annoying. And it wasn't that funny in my opinion. Aside from that though, that's pretty much it though. Because otherwise, I freaking enjoyed this movie quite a bit. And it made me just realize that M. Night Shyamalan can make good films. Just, it depends on what the film is. So in all honesty, out of all the films I've seen from him, this in my opinion is the 3rd best M. Night Shyamalan film up to date. Just behind Six Sense and Unbreakable. This is, in my opinion, the 3rd best M. Night Shyamalan film up to this day. Yes, it's even better than Signs in my opinion. So overall, do I recommend The Visit? If you have not seen The Visit yet, I do recommend seeing it. It's creepy when it needs to be for the most part. It's pretty funny for the most part. It's well acted, it's well shot, the atmosphere is very well done. The message, when it happens, when you find out what the message of the film is, it's very heartwarming and it has so much heart to it, it works very well. And the twist, yes, there is a twist obviously because it's in my Shyamalan. The twist is very well done and it will catch your attention because you care about these characters. So when the twist happens, it will catch your attention and it will definitely surprise you, and for the most part anyways. So in all honesty, that's my thoughts of The Visit. I thought it was very good and I do recommend checking it out. It is also one of the best found footage movies I've seen up to this date. Unlike the crappy Paranormal Activity movies, for the most part. Now, I will tell you this right now, I am going to be seeing another movie soon. I'll be seeing the new Black Mass movie. I don't know when I will, but once I do, I will promise you guys I will review it as soon as I can because I want to see Johnny Depp in a different role that's not Tim Burton. So, with that being said, I will leave you with this. Go see The Visit. If you have not yet, it is worth seeing. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go watch Mad Max for my 20th time.